Welcome to the CXDS podcast series powered by Fortinas Events. This is the global stage where CX, omnichannel, loyalty, and retention leaders unite to shape the future of customer experience. Join the conversation as CX pioneers and experts share bold strategies shaping the world of CX forward.
Welcome to the Fortinas Events Global Podcast Series, where we connect with visionary leaders shaping a smarter, more sustainable world. I'm your host, Rashika, and in each episode, we explore the ideas, decisions, and innovations that are transforming our future. So today, we are diving deep into the ever-evolving world of loyalty, what keeps customers coming back, what drives emotional connection, and what's next in the space. Joining me today is someone who truly lives and breathes loyalty. Suryaveer Singh, also known as Suri, is the head of the Yes Rewards program. With over 16 years of experience across sectors like banking, advertising, insurance, and luxury fashion, Suri brings a rich, multi-industry perspective to the table. So today, he leads one of the Middle East's most innovative loyalty platforms, Yes Rewards. And when he's not shaping customer journeys, he's out capturing them through a lens as a passionate wildlife photographer. Suri, welcome to the podcast. Okay,
Thank you
so
for having me,
let's just kick
Rashika. My
things off
pleasure.
with your story, Suri. Your path to becoming head of loyalty at Yes Rewards is fascinating. So, what is the pivotal moment in your career taught you the most about what customers truly want from loyalty programs?
I think um, I think Rashika, my entire journey started in the loyalty space by chance, and but what actually excites me most about programs and loyalty specifically is the fact that it allows you to measure, and work with data. And that is something that kind of changed my perspective as a marketer. I was somebody back in the day who was always fascinated with working with brands, doing,
Mm-hmm.
practicing below the line marketing and things like that. But when I got into the direct marketing, or let's say consumer facing loyalty space, that's, it was a bit of a game changer because it allowed you to actually measure everything we did. And that's what actually gripped my interest in this space. And yeah, it's been an interesting journey since then. If you ask me what is that one thing that what consumers really want, I think uh, and I've said this many times in various podcasts in various forums as well. One of the things that consumers want is simplicity. And we as data scientists, marketers, all of it, what we end up doing is complicating things many times. And With the advent of AI, machine learning, and tech, what's happening is we all get caught in this jargon of uh, even more ever evolving customer campaigns and technology, which kind of contributes to a lot more in terms of personalization. And I always say this, yeah, keep things simple. If you keep your campaigns and programs simple, customers understand it and they
Understand.
appreciate it.
Okay, that's a great insight one. Okay, so next question is Yes Rewards has been a real pioneer in loyalty across the Middle East. But I'm curious one thing, Suri. What's one counterintuitive lesson you've learned about what actually makes customers stay loyal?
Uh, I think the one element that keeps customers coming back to you, or I would actually take this to two things, which are very important. One is program related, and one is your
Mm-hmm.
product. One is product related. So customers are not loyal just to a program, but they're also loyal to a brand. And the reason they're loyal to a brand is because they have a certain affiliation to that brand, maybe because of an experience that they've had, or the brand resonates with them. um, I believe there are two things absolutely critical. One, your offering to your customer, it has to be consistent, and they need to see merit in it. In the world of gamifications, I always say don't over gamify. Sometimes it's important to be consistent, and it's important that your customers understand that value that you bring to their lives. And the other thing is the experience that they have with your brand. So whether you're an oil and gas brand, or you could be a luxury brand, an automotive brand, whoever you are as a business, it's important that you give your customers an experience that they remember you for. And in conjunction with the program, I think then you have a very, very profitable, marketable tool that you offer your consumers. And I think that makes a very strong partnership and a collaboration that customers tend to love
Understood.
you for.
Okay, good one. Thank you so much for that, Suri. So moving on to the next question. So right now everyone's is talking about AI, but many implementations feel like a little surface level. So can you share a moment where AI did either delighted customers or completely backfire?
So I think, I'm one of those. I truly believe in the advent and the
Mm-hmm.
impact AI and machine learning is going to have. I think it's a game changer, and I think it's going to revolutionize the way and it's
Yeah.
that we're going to do work as marketeers. And we've already seen the effects of all of us trying to either use a Chat GPT or a Gemini or
Yeah.
whatever exists today. But I think we've just scratched the surface. This is just, in the telco space, I would call it the 3310 Nokia stage. For all
Mm,
of those people who actually use the 3310, I would call it the 3310 stage of tech development and enhancements. Now, yeah, coming back to what AI is going to do and what we've tried. So yes, we piloted
mm,
something with AI. It terribly bombed.
mm,
We were not ready for it. Uh, and we actually piloted something in the personalization space, clubbing it with individual offer management and sending out offers to consumers, uh, built on learning that we got from an AI tool, embedding that into communication and sending it out.
mm,
It didn't work for us the first time we did it, and we know why, because we were not ready for it. We did not even imagine the kind of permutations and combinations we would actually end up getting when it came to AI and data and AI and actually implementing that uh, right down to offers to our consumers. But what it did definitely tell us is the
mm,
scope and the potential that we have now and how we need to implement some of this tech so that we can actually create that value in customers' lives. And I'm very, very excited personally
mm,
as someone working in this space to see how AI is going to revolutionize a customer experience and I think most importantly, it's going to create so much value for consumers because everybody's been talking about
mm,
personalization, but what is true personalization? At the end of the day, it is something which is bespoke to a individual and the ability to create that personalized experience for that one person. And I think with AI, it's going to be way easier compared to using legacy systems
mm.
and methods and technologies that
Yeah.
we had.
So, okay, continue with the next one. So, with hyper personalization becoming the norm, how do you balance that with privacy, especially in markets like the GCC where sensitivities differ?
Well, I think it's a very valid question. How much personalization, how much direct communication is enough? Because today, I think all of us, and
Mm,
at the end of the day, we ourselves are consumers, right? We see that we get bombed with promotions, emails, messages, WhatsApps, this, that, and the other, right? So there's constantly that pull towards, hey, do this, hey, buy this, and it's coming from a multitude of brands. I mean, so at the end of the day, there has to be some bit of hygiene that we ensure when we communicate with customers, and that is something we, as Yes, and me as as someone who's leading the program, ensures that we do that. We don't over communicate,
mm,
we don't bombard offers. Talk to a customer with something that's relevant to them, and I think it has been said in so many forums. uh, be
mm,
relevant, be direct, be targeted. This whole let's reach out to a large base of customers and we will see a certain percentage converting. It doesn't work. At the end of the day, if you are wise in your communication, not only do you save time, you save money, but you definitely also see better results. So yes, there is a certain cadence that we bring in our communication and how many times we actually communicate to a customer. And that I think is very critical because otherwise you would naturally see consumers dropping out of your programs because they don't see
mm.
why
Understood.
you are talking to them.
So, the value is important for. the customers to keep on coming back. So okay, sorry, next question. So points and
Yeah.
discounts are great, but they are often very transactional. So what is one creative way that Yes Rewards build emotional connection with your customers?
See, there are many
Mm-hmm.
ways that you can build emotional connections. And I think, when everybody says points and discounts, and I am somebody who sort of sometimes
Mm-hmm.
differs with this approach as well. Yes, points and discounts are transactional, but guess what? Business is transactional and consumers
Mm-hmm.
love being transactional with you as well. But at the same time, it's important as a brand to stand for something, right? What is it that you do which is beyond your day to day? It could be in the form of a customer offering. It could be in the form of associating with certain emotions. So, in fact,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just give you a small example. In the GCC, uh, we see customers love getting into raffle draws, but they love traveling as well. So we like to play with that customer emotion and drive consumers to say, hey, guess what? Come on, yes, travel and leisure, and you stand a
Mm-hmm.
chance to win a holiday and so on and so forth. We also do some social activities where we can associate with, it could be charities and things like that, which uh, in today's time and age align with a certain audience that has certain associations. It could be, you're taking care of or feeding underprivileged children or supporting certain other causes. So these are things that we do as well. But what we've seen in general is that you need to stand out as a brand beyond just your core business. And whether that could be lifestyle, or it could be, it could be travel, or it could be something that your customers associate you for, and which goes beyond your transactional business, because that just then ensures that your consumers,
Mm-hmm.
they associate with you in many different ways, and you want to be part of their lives beyond just being a transactional product
Mm-hmm.
with
Okay,
regards to your
I
business.
agree with that. Okay, so moving on to the next one. Can you, Suri, can you share a campaign where a non-monetary reward like access, recognition, or experiences actually outperform traditional discounts?
I think it depends. At the end of the day, traditional discounts we do not do. We've converted everything one to our points because we feel our consumers love the currency, and this does really well for us. What we have actually seen do really, really well for us are things like subscriptions, where we're not technically discounting anything, but we are giving consumers comfort and ease uh, to transact on their phone, which I know when I'm saying the word transact, it sounds a little, it sounds transactional. But fact is, if you as a customer can buy your coffee subscription on your phone and just go pick it up every morning at your favorite gas station, coffee shop on the way. We've got Zoom as a brand where consumers can actually, pick up their
Mm-hmm.
morning coffees and probably grab something to eat as well. Uh, it makes a consumer's life easier. One, he doesn't have to, yeah, he of course,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to go stand in line and pay this and pay that, all of it. It's much better. Of course, he's getting commercial value from it as well. But what we've seen is consumers like comfort and they like ease. So we do many things as a program like this. We do in the automotive space we'll do things where when we are giving away free car washes, we'll give a free oil change for consumers to come. And in fact, we at the time during COVID, we were almost giving complimentary car sanitization and cleanings for car customers who actually wanted to bring their cars and get them completely sanitized and things like that. So there's a lot that we do which is beyond just being transactional, but at the same time we sort of club it with an experience that would ease the consumer's life in a certain way so that they see value in it, because you just don't want to be somebody who's doing things for the sake of doing things. At the end of the day, we as a program exist because of the core business that we are in, but we want to make that impact with value added benefits within our network, and sort of ease the customer's life around the time he
Yeah.
interacts with us
So
as a
it
brand.
benefits both the customers and also you as the yeah, I understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a great one,
Absolutely.
sorry. So the next one is let's talk about noise. Right now, Dubai's consumers are flooded with loyalty apps. So how do you ensure Yes Rewards cuts through and still relevant for that?
I think you've
Yeah, yeah.
I sort of answered this question. Yes, there is too much noise in the region, in Dubai, in the GCC. What is very interesting,
Mm,
what works for us and what doesn't work for us sometimes can be the same thing. It's the fact that this
mm,
country is very highly digital.
mm,
Consumers are very tech savvy. They love being on their devices, everything, and in fact, the city itself has trained consumers to be tech savvy because today in the UAE, you can transact, you get all your governmental work,
mm,
all of it is all digitized, which is fantastic. But the fact is, there are so
mm,
many loyalty programs, there are so many brands, there's so many apps in the market that sometimes,
yeah, yeah.
what I call as app fatigue. Um, I mean, if you look at any of our phones today, you'll probably find over 20 applications, and out of which
Yeah.
you'll probably have five or six that you interact with
Mm,
on a very regular basis. And what is important is that you have app share on the customer's phone. So, I mean, let's put it this way: you've got some banking
yeah.
apps which are a must-have. You probably have some ride-hailing
Yeah.
apps like
Mm,
the Ubers and Bolt and Kareem and whatever in the world. And then there are some other applications which could be convenience led. So,
mm,
your retail
yeah.
shopping and, some airlines and things like that. We need to make sure that we're top of mind in that space. And the only way you can do that is
Mm,
having a strong customer offering, a great customer experience. And I know I sound like a parrot when I say that, but the fact is, uh,
yeah.
it's all about relevance, relevance, and relevance. And if you are relevant in somebody's life, they will make that extra effort to either go to your
Mm,
brand or transact with you. But otherwise, you're going to be just another app on their phone. So again, it's tough. It's tougher in the GCC, yes. But again, if you've got a strong offering and you're relevant, I think there is place for you.
such a strong statement from you. Sorry. Okay, so moving on to the next one. And how does your strategy differ between UAE and Saudi Arabia? Their digital adoption curves and consumer behavior are quite unique.
Well, we are just starting out in Saudi. I'll be very honest with you. Saudi is a very challenging market, but yes, UAE has
Mm,
been, of course, far easier. And the reason I say that is not so much more about tech adoption or you know or customer-led challenges. I think it's more commercial. For us in our business, at the end of the day, there is a certain amount of margins that we have, whether it's fuel in UAE and the same in Saudi Arabia. Product line margins are different in Saudi Arabia, and that sometimes makes it challenging for us to kind of create
mm,
strong offers for consumers. So yeah, Saudi's been very, very new. So I won't really talk much about KSA as such, but the fact is,
mm,
it is a very, very big market. It's not something that you can ignore. Uh, but as programs, we need to find a way that kind of makes sense both for consumers and for the brands because uh, giving out margins is easy, but at the end of the day, it impacts your top lines and your bottom lines. So you need a sustainable long-term strategy, which could be in the sense with a partnership in Saudi, with could be a bank,
mm,
or many other players that or card-linked offers and things like that, which ease off the burden from you as a program, but also ensures that your consumers have a much wider offering that they can avail and create that relevance for them. So yeah, I mean UAE, Saudi, very very different markets. I know in the outside world everybody looks
mm,
at this GCC as this one big region, but yes, there are fine differences between both these markets, and
mm.
challenges just
Yeah,
like any other
I
country.
understand. So, okay, let's zoom out a bit. So, what's your number one prediction for loyalty programs in 2026?
I think the programs that are going to do well are the ones
Mm-hmm.
a that are going to be very agile in adopting technology. And when I say adopting technology, I mean these are programs who will be able to adopt technology not at high costs, but again have the ability to pivot from one line of businesses to others and be agile in AI adoption. Because the thing, what I have seen in my experience is that uh, programs tend to spend a lot of money scaling tech, and that's the nature of business today. Everybody's talking about tech, 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 and it's very, very hard to see what is the right tech stacks for you. So I think programs that do well, of course, other than the fact that they need to be relevant and strong in their customer offering, they need to be very, very resilient to change, but also be adaptive to change and be agile to change to ensure that in the years to come, and not just 2026, in the years to come, they are scalable, and the fact that they can create an amazing digital experience for the consumers while
Okay,
staying
good
relevant at
stuff.
the same time.
All right, Suri, time for the few quite quick fire questions. First thing first.
All right,
Points
I'm
of
ready.
experience. What drives more loyalty? Hmm. So what
Points or
drives more loyalty?
experiences? Can I be neutral and say
Ex-
both?
okay.
And there's a reason for that, because
Mm,
customers love transactional value. And I would be lying if I said customers don't like transaction value. They love their transaction
mm,
values. They love their cashbacks. They love their points. Because what we see when you don't give a customer his points, there is a call coming to our contact center saying, "Hey, my transaction did
mm,
not earn me points for whatever reason." But at the same time, you have to give a good experience. It's not, these are things that work hand in glove.
mm.
They don't work in
Understand.
isolation.
So okay, the next one is one brand that is not yours that gets
Go
loyalty
ahead.
right.
I would name in the airline space. I would name Skywards. They've done fantastically
Mm,
with the brand and the program. Uh, I debate the values at times in terms of the points that you earn and burn, but at the same time, it doesn't matter if customers love the brand and they are sticky with that brand,
mm.
they've done
Okay,
something
so
right for sure.
last one, Suri. Your go-to metric for measuring loyalty success.
Has to be customer lifetime value. CLTV is, I think, the most authentic measure, because at the end of the day, loyalty is long term. Loyalty cannot be bought, it is earned. And I always say we are reward programs, we reward consumers for transacting with us. But CLTV tells us how long your customer interacts with your brand. And, it's a very, very clear metric of
Mm,
the success of for you as a program and the
okay.
business overall.
All right, sorry. So, wow, this was such a rich conversation with you. So, I really learned a lot
Thank you
from
so
you,
much.
Suri. So, from loyalty, emotional loyalty to personalization in a privacy conscious world, there's so much to unpack. So, we are absolutely ecstatic to have you join us live at the second annual CX Global Summit Middle East 2025, happening on 16th of September.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm
I'm
sure we will do
nervous.
great, Suri. And then,
Thank you.
thank you for joining us in our podcast today, Suri. And then to our listeners, make sure to secure your seat
My
and catch
pleasure.
Suri and many other brilliant CX leaders live on stage. Until next time, stay curious and stay customer obsessed. Bye bye.